Everybody, I'm Marcus.
I'm Ryan.
And together,
we are the Northwest Sports Fanatics.
You know, today will usually be Great Wood Wednesday, but Richard Gatewood had a prior obligation that he had to attend to. It's all good, Rick. I salute you, and I appreciate everything that you've done for us so far. So me and Orion, we're going to go over our Week 1 NFL preseason standout players. I'll start it off with the offensive side of the ball. I got to go Chris Johnson, number 1. The Titans picked up Andy Levitre, and they drafted Chance Warmack out of
Bama.
Bama players always turn out. They picked up Sean Green, so they're making a huge emphasis on running the ball. He had an exciting 59-yard touchdown run against my man Bakari Rambo. Bakari, welcome to the NFL. Meet CJ2K. So he spoiled us with the 2,000-yard season. So from then, we all expected another great season like that, but welcome back, CJ2K. I expect for you to do big things this year. My second breakout player, I'm going to go down to Houston. The Texans, DeAndre Hopkins. He made a big play for a touchdown. He had 4 receptions, 52 yards. Of course, it's our Northwest Sports Fanatics favorite to win the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year for sure on offense.
All right, and he's getting on an excellent start, so he's well on his way. My third player, I'm going to go out to Minnesota, Cordarrelle Patterson. 6'2", 220, speed, size, quickness, 4.4 in the 40. He started off his career with a great 50-yard kickoff return to start the game. He also showed his playmaking ability, 4 receptions, 54 yards. He's only 22, and right now he's behind Jerome Simpson as the third wide receiver, but it's only a matter of time before he overtake him. Now, Christian Ponder with Greg Jennings, Kyle Rudolph, and AP, Cordarrelle Patterson. No excuses this year, bro.
Get it done.
Exactly. Now, my third player, my fourth player, I'm going to go CJ Spiller. Now, look out for CJ Spiller. He had a strong camp. Don't forget, he ran a 4.27 at the 40 not too long ago at the Combine. He's on track to have a breakout year. He also can catch the ball out of the backfield. He started off the preseason with 4 carries for 36 yards. That's a 9-yard per carry average. His ability to take it to the house every time he touches the ball is amazing. With EJ Emmanuel on track to be the starter there.
Yep.
So look for them to get the ball in his hands a little bit more out there in Buffalo. My fifth player, I'm kind of torn in between 2 players, but the first player I'm going to announce first, I'm going to go Brandon Wheaton.
Great game.
He had a great game, second-year QB. He doesn't get as much as the hype as the other second-year QBs, RG3, Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson,
Ryan Tannehill.
But he started off his second year strong. He was 10 for 13, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. The Browns hope he can make that next step, to be a solid QB. The Browns do have a young team, but Wheaton is already 29, so he has no room to toy around. He needs to get it done, and he needs to get it done in a hurry. My last player, as a Redskin fan, it hurts me to say this. Thank you, Orion. I needed that. But Michael Vick, man, he was 4 for 5, 94 yards with 1 touchdown, the long touchdown pass to Deshaun Jackson there. He looked like the Vic from 2010 when he was running around making plays, using his arm as well as his feet. Oh, man. That was the man that Philly gave the $100 million contract, not the Michael Vick of the last 2 years that we've seen. Even though as a Redskin fan, I hope we do see that Michael Vick of the last 2 years. But he was precise. He was accurate. He was comfortable. He was mobile. He made throws on the run. And it's going to be hard for Nick Foles to overtake him as a starter out there in Philly. Now, what about you, Orion? What did you see preseason week 1 on the defensive side of the ball?
Oh, wow, defense. That's my favorite position. And, 2013, we opened it off with, a lot of booms and bangs, from different players. First off, I got to go Honey Badger. Tyrann Mathieu, a lot of people had problems with him with the marijuana. Can he keep his head straight? He got kicked out of school. We didn't really know how good he was going to be, but he might end up being one of the best players in the whole entire draft. Hands down. He had a sack in his first game. Bruce Arians, the old offensive coordinator turned head coach for the Colts, who's now the new head coach for the Cardinals. He already labeled him his favorite new player that's obviously on the team. So look out for him. They played the Packers, in week 1, 17-0. You didn't get Aaron Rodgers to play the whole game, so obviously if you would have, it probably would have been a different score. But Tyrann Mathieu played great. He was all over the field. Look for him. Big plays. Obviously, at that safety position, you can rotate him at safety or corner. So look for him to make big plays all year round as long as he doesn't get injured. Number 2, I'll have to go Rick's favorite player, Ziggy Ansah. You had him go, obviously, at DN for the Detroit Lions. You have Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley. So you're already solid up front. But first quarter, first drive, you're playing against Mark Butt Fumble Sanchez, right? And what do? You throw the ball right at him. He runs it back for a 10, 15-yard touchdown. INT for a touchdown in his first preseason game. I mean, you can't ask anything better than that as a defensive end. So he went off to a really good start. Look for him to make big plays. I don't expect him to get a touchdown every game, but you're not playing Mark Sanchez, obviously, every game either. So look for him to play great. Third, I'll have to go Jarvis Jones. One of our favorite players, linebacker, obviously from Georgia. He's got the same kind of Tyrann Mathieu instincts, poking that ball out like Charles Peanut Tillman. He had a nice fumble recovery against the Giants. You did lose the game, 13-18, obviously with Victor Cruz with that nice touchdown by Eli in that game. But he was all over the field. He is the new James Harrison for that team, so look for him to make big plays. I like him a lot as long as he doesn't get injured and have any of those back problems that he kind of had, with the spine. We should see him obviously get to maybe that Pro Bowl level, maybe in the next 2, 3, 4 years. Give him some time. And then next, I'm going to go with some names that you probably never even heard of. Next, I'm going to go cornerback Josh Norman from the Carolina Panthers. He had a great game in that first game against the Bears. He plays corner. He's a second-year player from Coastal Carolina. You probably haven't heard of him, but he's had 2 picks in that first game, 71 yards total. One of them for a touchdown for 60 yards. So you don't really see too many guys go to the house, in preseason. He played great. He's hungry to start. So I think he's starting to prove, hey, I can be the starter for this team. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds, 25 years old. He's young. He's hungry. He's a 5th rounder. They won 24-17 over the Bears, and a big reason they won against the Bears is him, and obviously Kenyon Barner on the offense. He had a pretty good game as well.
Check my tape on the Carolina Panthers preview. I predicted that Josh Norman.
Yeah, Josh Norman, look for him. He looks great so far. And then my last player I want to announce, and it might be someone you've never even heard of as well, unless you're out here in the Northwest, Alan Bradford.
Ooh.
So Alan Bradford for the Seahawks was a former USC running back. And for some reason, they felt this guy can play defense. Let's throw him at linebacker.
Right.
And if you're going to have someone that play running back, you would assume he's a corner or a safety. But they put him at linebacker, and believe it or not, he had 7 tackles. Against the Chargers, he led the team in tackles. And he's going to make that, obviously, that roster. How much playing time is he going to get? I don't really know. But he definitely made an impact with Pete Carroll. So look for him to obviously have that spot. He's been in the league 3 years. Tampa drafted him, obviously, in the 6th round a few years back. So look for him to make some big plays. And he's not a huge guy. He's 5'11", 235. So I guess he's got pretty good weight on him, but a little undersized at the linebacker position. He's 24 years old, but he had a great game. Look for him. And those are my top 5. Obviously, there's some other names I could have shouted out, but I think for these 5 players, these are the best ones that have played so far in week 1.
All right. So real quick, I do want to give a shout out to a couple of names that I have here, starting with Dane Sazenbacher from Ohio State. He had a 71-yard punt return in the game, and also 2 receptions for 59 yards and one nice little touchdown pass that he received there. And also shout out to Chris Givens. Rick, man, he been working out with Rick out there in Cali with Leading Edge Advantage. He started off his year nice with 3 receptions, 82 yards, and 1 touchdown as well.
Solid play.
All right. Now, you can look us up on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, Marcus Hill _NWSF.
And Orion _NWSF.
Also, hit us up on Facebook.com/NW Sports Fanatics.
And we want to shout out all our sponsors and our fans. We really appreciate all the love and support that we're getting.
All right. Shout out to my man Banner Bar for the banner in the back. You can hit him up on SciShack.net. Also, follow us on Instagram at NWSportsFanatics.com. I'm Marcus. This is Orion.
And together, we are Northwest Sports Fanatics.